Assalamualaikum, we are Group 2 from MBA2621B and today we will be presenting the financial statement analysis of Bonia and Padini. My name is Nura Inatua.
Hi, my name is Nur Bahiyofia. Hi, my name is Nur Clarissa Fiona.
My name is Nur Shazwina.
My name is Tuai Huzaimah.
So now I will explain the objective of our assignment. The main objective of this assignment is to analyze the financial performance of Bonia and Padini from 2021 to 2025. We focus on 4 financial ratios, which are liquidity, activity, leverage, and profitability ratios. This ratio help us understand the financial position of what companies. This assignment also help us identify the performance trend of each company, whether it is improving, stable, or facing problems. Lastly, we are compare Bonia and Padini to know which company perform better overall.
Now, I will explain about company background for Bonia. Bonia started in 1974 by Chiang San Sam, and now its CEO is Datuk Seri Daniel Chiang Fong Seng. It is based in Kuala Lumpur and has been listed on Bursa Malaysia since 1994. Its brand include Bonia, Sembonia, Calorino, and Brown Buffalo. Plus, its license others brand too. Bonia does retail, online sale, leather manufacturing, license, and property investment. They have shopping in many countries across ASEAN and the Middle East. For Padini started in 1971 by Yong Pang Chu. It is based in Shah Alam and sell clothes, shoes, accessory, and lifestyle items. Its popular brand include Vinci, Padini Authentic, and Mickey Kid and Baby. Today, it is one of Malaysia's biggest fashion retailer with many local stores and growing overseas.
Next, trend analysis for Bonia. Liquidity ratio of current ratio. The current ratio decreased at first, then increased until the end. Overall, the company has a better liquidity position. For liquidity ratio of quick ratio, the quick ratio went down slightly before improving. Overall, the company become better at paying its short-term debts. For liquidity ratio, net working capital. The net working capital increased over the years. This shows that the company financial position becomes stronger. For activity ratio of average collection period, the collection period becomes shorter before increasing slightly. Overall, the company collected payment more efficiently. For activity ratio of receivable turnover, the receivable turnover improved before a small decrease at the end. Overall, the company managed its receivable well. For activity ratio of inventory turnover, the inventory turnover show an improving trend with small change after decrease. This means the company managed its inventory better. For activity ratio of fixed asset turnover, the fixed asset turnover increased before a slightly decrease. Overall, the company used its fixed asset efficiently. For activity ratio of total asset turnover, the total asset turnover improved over the year with a small decline at the end. Overall, asset management remained good. Next, leverage ratio of debt ratio. The debt ratio decreased over the year. This means the company rely less on the debt. Leverage ratio of debt to equity ratio. The debt to equity ratio show a decreasing trend. Overall, the company's financial risk become lower. Leverage ratio of time interest earning. The time interest earning ratio improved with some small change. This show the company could pay its interest more easily. Next, profitability ratio of gross profit margin. The gross profit margin stays stable with slightly improvement. Overall, the company maintained a good profit. Profitability ratio of operating profit margin. The operating profit margin increased before a small decrease. Overall, the company operating performance remains good. Profitability ratio of net profit margin. The net profit margin improved over time with small change then decrease at the end. Profitability ratio of return on equity. The return on equity increased overall then decreased at the end of the year. Profitability ratio of return on asset. The return on asset improved before a slightly decreased at the end.
Now, trend analysis for Padini. First, current ratio. The current ratio decreased at first but increased until 2025. Overall, the company had a good ability to pay short-term debt. For quick ratio, the quick ratio decreased over the years but improved slightly in 2024. The company was still able to manage its short-term liabilities. For net working capital, the net working capital increased overall. This shows the company had a better working capital management. For average collection period, the average collection period been decreased slightly in 2025. Overall, the company collected payment efficiently. For inventory turnover, the inventory turnover increased overall with some fluctuation. This shows the company managed inventory well. For receivable turnover, the receivable turnover increased overall with decrease in 2024. This shows better control of receivable. For fixed asset turnover, the fixed asset turnover increased overall with some decrease in change. This shows the company used its fixed assets well. For total asset turnover, the total asset turnover increased overall with a small decrease in 2024. Overall, the company managed its asset well. For debt ratio, the debt ratio decreased over the years with some change. This means the company used less debt. For debt to equity ratio, the debt to equity ratio stays stable and decreased slightly in 2025. This shows the company had a low financial risk. For time interest earned, the time interest earned ratio increased overall with some decrease in 2024. This shows the company could pay its interest expense better. For gross profit margin, the gross profit margin increased overall with some change. This shows the company had a good profit performance. For net profit margin, the net profit margin increased overall but decreased slightly in 2024. This shows the company earned higher profit. For operating profit margin, the operating profit margin increased until 2023 but decreased after that. Overall, the company maintained good performance. For return on equity, the return on equity increased until 2023 but decreased in 2024 and 2025. Overall, the company still gave good return to shareholder. For return on asset, the return on asset increased overall but decreased slightly at the end. This shows the company used asset effectively.
Next, I will present the comparative financial statement analysis between Padini and Bonia. This slide shows the current ratio of Padini and Bonia. Overall, Padini recorded a consistently higher current ratio, indicating stronger liquidity and better ability to make short-term liabilities. Next is the quick ratio. Padini also achieved a higher quick ratio throughout the 5 years, showing better short-term financial rate without relying on inventory. For net working capital, Padini recorded significantly higher value than Bonia every year. This indicates that Padini have more current asset available after covering its current liabilities.
This ratio measure how quickly a company collects payment from customer. Padini had much shorter collection period, which means it collected receivable more efficiently than Bonia. Padini recorded a much higher receivable turnover ratio. This showed that Padini collected outstanding debt faster and managed its credit sale more efficiently. For inventory turnover, Padini consistently outperformed Bonia. This indicates that Padini managed and sold its inventory more efficiently. Padini acquired a higher fixed asset turnover ratio, showing that it used its fixed assets more efficiently to generate sales. The total asset turnover ratio also showed that Padini generated more sales from its total asset compared to the Bonia. This ratio measures the percentage of asset financed by debt. Padini recorded a slightly higher debt ratio, indicating that it relied more on debt financing than Bonia. Similarly, Padini had a higher debt to equity ratio throughout most of the years. This means Padini used more debt relative to shareholder equity. The time interest ratio measures a company's ability to pay interest expenses. Overall, Padini maintained a stronger ability to cover its interest payments. For gross profit margins, Bonia recorded a higher percentage than Padini, indicating that Bonia generated more gross profit from its sales. Bonia generally accounts a slightly higher operating profit margins, showing better control over its operating expenses. For net profit margin, Bonia performed better in most years. However, Padini showed improvement in 2025. Padini recorded a higher return on equity throughout the period, indicating that it generated better return for its shareholder. Lastly, Padini also acquired a higher return on asset. This shows that Padini used its asset more efficiently to generate profit than Bonia.
Now, I will explain the evaluation of company's performance. Based on our financial ratio analysis, Padini shows better overall performance than Bonia. Padini has stronger liquidity because it has higher current ratio and quick ratio. This means Padini is better in paying short-term debts. Padini also performs better in activity ratio because it collects money faster and uses its asset more efficiently. For profitability, Bonia has a higher gross profit margin, but its net profit and returns dropped in 2025. Overall, Padini is financially stronger because it has a better liquidity, better efficiency, and more stable profitability. That's all from me. Thank you.
Overall, Padini shows stronger financial performance than Bonia from 2021 to 2025. It has better liquidity, manages asset and cash flow more efficiently, and achieved higher profitability with stronger ROA and ROE. Although Bonia has higher gross profit margin due to its premium brands, Padini is the better choice for investors because of its stronger overall financial performance and financial stability.